Welcome to TTVNEWS with some latest events in Tay Ninh province. The audience at the first extraordinary session of the 15th National Assembly, Tay Ninh Provincial Delegation of the National Assembly discussed and gave opinions on two draft resolutions presented at the session.
For the investment policies of the Eastern North-South Expressway project in the 2021 to 2025 period, identifying traffic as the lifeline of the economy, the National Assembly deputies carefully research and comprehensively assess the project's implementation in the period of 2017 to 2020, specify the limitations and inadequacies of the previous phase to draw the lessons for the next phase. They also gave opinions on project documents, the suitability of the project to the socio-economic development strategy and plan, on the forms of investment, preliminary total investment, etc. If this project is fully open, it will be a great condition for the country's economic development. But in fact, we can see that route clearance is a very difficult step, so we recommend that the government evaluates, review carefully and draw experience in site clearance from previous projects to come up with reasonable solutions as a basis for localities to implement projects later, with the main aim is to accelerate the progress of the site clearance, and only then the construction progress can be ensured. For the draft resolution on piloting a number of specific mechanisms and policies for the development of Cần Thơ City, the National Assembly deputies focused on discussing each policy, especially the ones that were piloted for the first time in order to contribute to arousing the potential, create cultivation to build and develop Cần Thơ City into a regional, ecological, civilized and modern central city, a core urban area in Mekong Delta. Cần Thơ City is more special because it is located in the Mekong Delta. It is also necessary to ensure that the food security is not affected. Ensure practical economic and social efficiencies, and it must be consistent with the pro-planning, especially it must be consistent with the National Land Use Plan without affecting the legal rights of the people, ensuring the publicity and transparency to minimize the lawsuits due to the land acquisition for the projects. On January 7, the National Assembly discussed online on the content presented at the section.
On January 6, the National Traffic Safety Committee held an online conference to review the traffic safety year 2021 and deploy tasks in 2022. In 2021, the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to be complicated. But with the drastic direction of the government, the Prime Minister and the active participation of ministries, branches and localities, the situation of traffic order and safety in 2021 continues to have good changes in all three aspects in terms of the number of cases, deaths and people injured due to the traffic accidents. The selection of the theme for the 2021 National Traffic Safety Year, improving the efficiency and the effectiveness of law enforcement to ensure traffic order and safety, has contributed to enhancing the efficiency and responsibility in the enforcement of the law on traffic order and safety associated with strict implementation of regulations and direction on COVID-19 prevention and control. The police forces have effectively patrolled, controlled and handled violations of traffic order and safety associated with COVID-19 prevention and control, step up the application of science technology and information technology to the work of ensuring traffic order and safety, particularly the arrangement of COVID-19 checkpoints with the participation of traffic police forces from provincial to district levels on national and local lifeline roads has contributed to improving the effectiveness of patrolling, controlling, and handling violations. It also helps people to raise their awareness of complying with the law on traffic order and safety and to prevent the COVID-19 pandemic.
Vĩnh Châu District so far has spent nearly 28 billion Vietnam dong for workers without labor contract. Also note as freelance workers affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. The district has received about 25,000 second-rate applications for support from lottery ticket retailers and other freelance workers. About 18,000 second-rate of the applications have been approved by the provincial authorities, and the district has spent about 28 billion Vietnam dong to support the people facing difficulties due to the pandemic. 116 records were returned by the province for various reasons. And for employees who suspend labor contracts or take unpaid leave, Human Châu District has received about 19,000 credit applications, of which about 145 ones have been approved by the province, with an amount of nearly 600 million Vietnam dong. The remaining doses are being considered by the province also.
In 2021, the situation of the agricultural production in Tay Ninh was affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, but the local farmers still maintain cultivation, adapt to the new situation. Crop structure continues to be converted to reducing inefficiency crops. Livestock and poultry raising is maintained relatively stable. During the year, the Farmers' Union kept maintaining and replicating many effective agricultural production models, continue to encourage and maintain effective collective economic models in the locality. The Farmers' Union at district and grassroots level had guided the establishment of 6 new agricultural cooperatives with 142 members. The province so far has built 280 professional associations with more than 40,600 members. The movements of solidarity and mutual assistance in production has helped 386 member households escape poverty. The Provincial Farmers Union has early disbursed a capital of 5 billion Vietnam dong to help many farming households develop their family economy. The unions at all levels also organize various activities to support farmers to consume hundreds of tons of agricultural products during the outbreak of the infectious disease, as well as help the union's members and farmers in difficulty due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Moving on other news, the audience, that's the good news for Tay Ninh. The province break into the top 10 most popular destinations in Vietnam in 2022. This result is based on booking trends of travelers on Booking.com, one of the world's leading digital travel platforms, sharing the top 10 trending destinations for travelers to explore in 2022.
Among these top 10 destinations are Thắng Tam in Vũng Tàu City, Phu Luông in Thanh Hóa, Mèo Vạc in Hà Giang, Biên Hòa in Đồng Nai, Cam Ranh in Khánh Hòa, and Pleiku of Gia Lai Province. The emergence of new destinations shows that domestic tourists tend to look for places that are less popular but still bear the magic beauty of nature. According to the surveys, 80% of the people think that they need to compensate for the lost vacation due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And Tay Ninh is only 2 hours drive from Ho Chi Minh City. It is a place with many beautiful scenes, mixtures of ancient and modern features, such as Ba Đen Mountain, the highest mountain in the south of Vietnam, bearing the majestic beauty of nature with hundreds of years old pagodas and many mysterious caves. Ma Thiên Lãnh area is also full of wild nature. Bình Thạnh and Chop Ma ancient towers, 2 of the 3 surviving Ốc Eo cultural sites in the south of Vietnam. Tay Ninh is also home to one of the most fascinating indigenous religions in Vietnam. Caodaism with Cao Đài House is one of the unique religious architecture with a blend of European and Asian architectural models. And currently, the transport system in Tay Ninh has been expanded, facilitating travels. And Tay Ninh cuisine is also famous for its elegance, uniqueness, and strong taste, like the love of Tay Ninh people.
The audience, is only over 3 weeks till the Lunar New Year 2022, the year of the tiger. Incense makers in Long Thanh Bac World busily enter the main season. The incense making households here are rushing to produce to keep up with orders to serve the needs of the people in and outside the province. Coming to Long Thanh Bac World these days, we can easily see the busy atmosphere of producing incense to serve Tet holiday. People here make full use of the empty space to cry incense. The scent of incense spreads all the way to the gate. With more than 40 years of experience, the family of Mr. Lê Văn Chung is one of the households still sticking with this traditional incense-making profession. Currently, his family mainly produce and process according to the needs of middlemen. Due to the 4th wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, Mr. Chung's family, as well as all the incense-making households, had to temporarily stop operations. But everyone is currently willing to increase their productivity to run for the new year, Each machine can produce from 100 to 150 kilograms of incense sticks per day. If the COVID-19 pandemic didn't exist, many people would go to pagodas, and I would sell a lot of incense. Hopefully, the pandemic will soon stabilize, then tourists will visit mountain temple. We will sell more smoothly. Unlike the households of Miss Bùi Thị Huệ living in Long Thới Precinct, Long Thanh Bac Ward, this is also one of the households that has been attaching to this profession for over 10 years. In the early days of living in Tay Ninh province, her family life was quite difficult. She had to work many jobs to earn a living. At that time, Miss Huệ applied for a job in an incense-making facility and didn't know when she fell in love with this profession. Up to now, she has had her own facility, found that if only processing incense for traders, it's very difficult to maintain and stick to the profession, so she has also packaged the products. On the occasion of that holiday, the number of incense sticks produced is high. Incense makers are also busier and harder, but the income is higher than usual. Every year between October and December, our facility becomes busy. Generally, every year we just look forward to the Lunar New Year. We want to sell a lot of incense. Hopefully, the pandemic will be soon pushed back so that our business can run smoothly. In 2013, the incense-making craft in Long Tân Hamlet, Long Thanh Bac Commune, along with other professions in Hoa Thanh Town, were recognized as a traditional craft by the People's Committee of Tay Ninh Province. But after nearly a decade, the making incense craft is gradually shrinking due to low income, causing people to switch to other occupations. The local administration has many supportive policies to preserve this traditional craft. The incense-making craft has been present in Long Thanh Bac Ward for 40 years ago. Then there was a craft village, but due to low income, people gave up their jobs. Only a few households with economic conditions, self-equipped with machines for production and packaging, still exist until now. The local authorities will, to the best of our ability, support households to have conditions for production, business, and economic development. Stop dwelling on worries about jobs and the COVID-19 pandemic. The incense makers in Long Thanh Bac Ward are busily producing incense sticks to bring the taste of traditional Tết to every house, to warm up the spring air and to tighten up the family cohesion. That's all for today TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.